Here's a couple knives that are similar that I've got in the works. Made a video about this one called the simplest possible knife I could make. And then I wanted to make a drop point, and very similar to that with the 2 pins, only I wanted to have a lanyard hole and a protruding tang. This one has a lightning hole like this, where I carved out the center to make it lighter. And it takes about 40 or 50 grams out of the whole thing. This steel is about a 1/4 inch thick. This is a sheath style. I've never tried or used one, but I find the concept attractive because all I have to do is sharpen in a straight line on that edge. I also made a sheath for the simple knife, and I made the sheath out of belt sander sandpaper. And I put a HK clip here for attaching it to my belt loop, because I don't like to have a sheath knife on my belt all the time. These arrows indicate the direction that the sandpaper is supposed to go, so I try and incorporate that into the design. It was 180 grit, although it's worn out, so I'm sure it's a lot finer grit than that. And it's great if you want to like just really basically clean up your edge. I wouldn't recommend sharpening on 180 grit. Just if you're in the fields and you want to sharpen it. I also made this sheath out of leather for the drop point. And the idea here is I'm rethinking how I carry a fixed blade in a sheath. So here's how it hangs. I'm not saying this is a better idea, but I'm just trying it out because I find myself frustrated with having a knife on my hip, and especially having to like unbuckle my pants in order to get the sheath off. It's very easy to unclip the HK clip from your belt loop or clip it right back on. I can also easily get both hands on the sheath and look at the sheath and look at what I'm doing without kind of tilting my head over like you do with a hip carry. Like with this tracker sheath, which I really like, and I'm thinking about making a kind of a frog where I can HK clip this right to my belt loop, and it makes it a lot easier. The sheath, I need to heat treat this and then put a handle on it, and then I'm done and make some kind of sheath for it. So far, I prefer the sheath to dangle in the front. It makes it easier getting in and out of vehicles, and it's more accessible and more comfortable in a hammock.